Hey folks, Lone Gold Miner here. We're at the Merced River. Beautiful Merced River. Look at this. Look how gorgeous this is. Just gorgeous. Anyway, it's one of my secret spots. Don't tell anybody. Hee, wink. A lot of bedrock right here, exposed really low. I'm gonna go through some of these cracks and whatnot. All throughout there, got my shovel right there. And there's bedrock all over in there. And when the water is really high during the winter and the snow melts down from the Yosemite and whatnot, the Sierra foothills, the water comes real high and just dumps a bunch of material over there. Flood gold, but there's plenty of it. Anyhow, I got my little screen right here. I got my, it's the Professional made by Proline, one of my favorite gold pans made by Proline up in Greenlee Hill, California. They have a blue one, a green one, and a black one, and of course the Turbo Pan, what we're going to try out today. Okay, let's give it a try. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pan a bunch of material through the Turbo Pan real quick, and I'm going to dump the material in here, and at the end of the day I'm going to pan out and see what we get. All right, let's give it a go. All right, I'm going to shovel a bunch of material in my pan, and this is a nice material behind a large rock. Nice low pressure area. Notice some other people have been digging over here. The secret's out. Hee. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Plenty of dirt for everybody. Let's get to it. I'm going to dump the material from my pan into my classifier. All right, so I got the material in the Turbo Pan. We're gonna stratify it a little bit, and then we're just gonna go counterclockwise. So all, if there's any gold and black sand, it's gonna be dumped in that little center catch. So you do this counterclockwise, and then you go counterclockwise. And what that does, it eliminates most of that material in there. As you see, it's getting lighter and lighter. And go clockwise. Always let the pan float in the water. Don't hold on to it. Let the water do the work. And then counterclockwise. As you see, when you go counterclockwise, most of the material is gone. You do have a sluice part of it. And then you do that. But what I usually do is I take this material and I dump it into the pan. What I do basically is I go on the real fine side without the riffles, and then I just go. See the black sands in there? You want to be careful when you get to the black sands. Okay, take a look. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of gold in there. How about that? See a little flake right here? A little fine gold. Very nice. All right, I'm impressed. Here's a little huge bedrock right here, and behind it, when the water goes up, it creates a low pressure area. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some material in there. See how much float gold there is over here. New float gold. All right, let's shake it up a little bit. We don't want to have to pan this big stuff. All right, let's pan it. So when I pan, I try to float the pan. So we go counterclockwise with the turbo pan. You go counterclockwise. And what that does is it stratifies the material, the heavies, and it drops down, and the riffles in there direct the very heavy black sandsand, if there's gold, into that trap that's in the center, okay? And then when you do that, you go counterclockwise. So the counterclockwise motion, what that does is it eliminates the very light sands, okay? Then you go clockwise again, it redirects the heavies into the center, clockwise, and then you go counterclockwise. You see how the material it's hitting my wrist and it's leaving the pan. Then you go clockwise, counterclockwise. Sure feels like you're gonna lose gold, but you know, I don't know. I've always found gold in the catch. Okay, so when we have a little bit, look at all the material that's gone. Okay, then what you do, you get that heavy stuff and you just pan it out. Okay, and then what I do then is I go on the work it a little bit, and then I eliminate the really heavy stuff. Ooh, I see gold already, right here. You see it right there? Right up. There's a piece right there. I don't know if you can see it. Ooh, there's a few pieces. I'm a believer. There it is. There's a piece right there. A couple pieces. Oh, look at the center. Look at the center. Most of the gold. Holy smokes. Do you see that? Look at all that fine gold. Look at that. Wow. Okay, I'm going to dump this in the pan. This is a good pan, guys. For those that you know who pan, you know this is a good pan. Let me dump it in the pan, the regular pan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up, and I'm going to put it in this pan. I don't want to lose anything. But I think the turbo pan for me, it's a quick way to pan a bunch of material. Let's take a look at this gold. This is amazing. It's flood gold, folks. I'm not the first one who's been here. This is flood gold. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's really, really good. All right, let's continue. Let's do another one. All right. I'm going to go back in the same hole, obviously. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm just going to go over there and work these little crevices. There's my shovel over there. I'm going to clean up that hole over there and just continue going back and forth and using the turbo pan to remove my material. And then whatever gold that's in the turbo pan, I'm going to dump it into the Gold Pro pan. And we'll just continue doing that, and we'll see how much gold we get. All right, folks. See you soon. All right, I got my classifier. I got my turbo pan. Let's go classify some material and pan it out. See how this thing catches gold. So basically what I do, I'm back working this hole here, and you see this crack right here. I'm just following this crack and I'm digging down as far as I can, and I'm going to pan that material, and hopefully we get more of that stuff. Okay, let's do it again. Let's pan it. Okay, here we go. Clockwise. Look at this pan, it's full of material. Shake it a little bit, get the stuff stratified, and then you go clockwise. Counterclockwise. clockwise. Counterclockwise. That's when the material just leaves the pan. And I have to admit, when I'm going counterclockwise, that material is hitting my wrists, and the first thing that goes in my mind is, oh, I'm losing gold. But it's not designed to lose gold clockwise. Okay, it hasn't been maybe a minute, and look at the pan, it's just about empty. Okay, let's go counterclockwise. Nice, long, wide. Look at that. You can see yourself how empty it is clockwise. Counterclockwise. Okay, clockwise. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pan the rest out. Okay. Sometimes what I do is I help it out a little bit, get rid of the big rocks. Let's get back in there clockwise if there's anything in there. Okay, let's try it again. I'm just going to trust the pan. Okay, see if we have anything in the center. We do. There's a flake right there. I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, there's more right there. I didn't lose, see? We're not losing. Well, we don't know because we're actually we're not panning into a tub, but look at that. I don't know, I don't think this is amazing. Look at all that gold in there. All right. Very, very cool. Okay, I'm gonna go dump this in the pan. Let's do it again. This is interesting. Right here, these are Native American Miwok grinding bowls. You see those right there? There's a whole bunch right here. And what the natives did was, there's a little one here, there's a nice deeper one. What they did is they put acorns in there. They would collect acorns and wash the tannins out, the real bitterness out of the acorn. And look at that. There's a whole bunch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There must be 25 holes right here. Pretty cool. All right, well, we'll leave that alone. It's history. But yeah, at one time, the natives would come here during the winter from the Yosemite area where they were, in the snow. And they would migrate down to the lower levels, and they would camp out here until summer again, and they would go back up. But anyway, I wanted to show you that. Very cool. All right, let's get back to gold mining. There's a nice crack right here. You see that? I'm gonna dig. Hopefully there's no rattler snakes here underneath these rocks. I hope not. And I'm gonna dig this out, take this material and put it in a pan, try it again with the turbo pan. Get the big rocks out of here and get the more of the hard packed stuff that's been accumulating here for who knows how many years. Okay, got my material. Let's get back to the water. This is like my 10th pan. Can't videotape every pan, but this is about my 9th or 10th. I wasn't really counting, but it feels like it. Okay, let's go over here. So when you start panning, if it's dry material, get it wet. Okay, get it thoroughly wet. Typically, I just put my hands through there and just make sure when you classify it, it's wet, because a lot of times the gold is small, flaky stuff, and it sticks to the rock. So make sure you just wash it off really nice. See that? And then you toss the rock, the waste. Usually you give it a little look, but if there's gold in there this size, you would definitely see it. Nothing in here. Okay, let's do this again. We go clockwise. Counterclockwise. Okay. Same routine. It's very easy. I would recommend this pan for beginners for sure. I've seen beginners 15-20 minutes they're panning a pan. It's ridiculous. You want to do it pretty quick and just keep practicing. But the turbo pan is a fast pan. Clockwise, counterclockwise. Okay. There you go. Look at that. It's just about done. Okay. Counterclockwise. Okay, let's pan these rocks out. Let's go back in there. Counterclockwise and clockwise. All right, let's see if we get anything in there. Not as much as the other ones. I see some fine gold right there. Let me try this again. All right. There's just fine gold right in there. Okay, let's put it in the pan. Not as much in this one. It's a new location, so there's a little bit of fine gold right there. All right, let's continue. All right, folks, we did 10 pans, and we're gonna see what we got out of it. All turbo pan. Each pan took probably no more than 2 minutes. Okay, so let's see what's gonna show. So when you get to the black sands, you just gotta be careful. Okay, go really slow. What I like to do is I like to turn it around over here where there's no riffles and just kind of work it very slowly. Keep your eye right here, you're not losing gold. It's very easy. Oh, there's a piece coming to the front, so you just kind of stop, stratify it down, get pieces down there, and then you start over again very, very slowly. You lose one here and there, doesn't matter. Oop, okay, so we go back. Ooh, I see gold in there. Sometimes you don't want to bring a sluice box, or you're in an area where there's no water flow, and you don't want to create a dam and all that. You're feeling kind of lazy. All you need is a pan. Get a pan, a sniffer bottle, a couple digging tools. Not a whole lot, put in a backpack. Go to your local gold-bearing creek or river and go out there and have a good time. Doesn't take much, doesn't cost much. All right, I think I don't want to risk too much here. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, folks. Ooh, look at that. There's gold here. The Merced River has gold. There's a rock or something here got through. Anyhow, I don't know if you could see it, but there's a line of gold right here. I'm impressed by it. 10 pans. There it is, folks. Merced River gold. All right, let's get the snuffer bottle. And the way you use this is basically put the gold and material underwater, and then you just squeeze the snuffer bottle
and then you suck up all the gold. I always get the black sands too. Not all of it, but most of it, because I don't want to risk losing fine gold that sometimes you can't see. It's micron gold. And that's all there is to it. As far as the turbo pan, I really like it. I think it's a fast pan. They do make a large one. I think it's, is it like a 16-inch, 17-inch? And then there's a small one that fits right in the backpack. Anyhow, if you're interested, get on the internet and buy one. I have two that I use personally when I'm feeling like panning. But anyhow, hope you enjoyed this video. That's how a turbo pan works. It's a very good design. It works. It's very fast. You're not going to get tired on it. The most tiring part of panning with a turbo pan is actually digging the material out of the cracks. Otherwise, panning it is easy. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe and like, make a comment. And there's a little shot right there from the Merced River. It's a beautiful day and nice breeze. Anyhow, folks, see you on the next hunt, next adventure. Hope you follow me, and hope you're all doing well. Take care.